Happy March, fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This is your reading. Happy early birthday to any March Aries. Hey, fire signs, we're getting into a bit of your energy this month, and I'm excited to see what this month has in store for you as your fire is relit, as you're brought back to your energy. And after this cooling Pisces release season, how new, fresh Aries energy gets to kind of light that fire under your butt. But if this is your first time here, hi, I'm Maggie. I'm a tarot reader, passive regression practitioner, psychic medium, witchy girl, and I do monthly tarot readings for every single zodiac sign every single month. So if this seems like a little bit of you, please hit that subscribe. Please stay around. I do the tarot readings every month, and I also post a lot of witchy information videos and witchy lifestyle content. I would love to have you in my magical little part of the internet. And if you love these readings, but you want one just for you, a hard-hitting one-to-one reading that are always just so magical, my bookings are open. There's a link down below and you can secure one of my spots for March, or if they're all full, maybe for April. I filmed these in advance, so I'm not sure how March is faring. But let's get into today's reading. Reminder to listen to the very end of the video because I am going to talk about some important astrological transits based on your signs and based on what the reading said today. But let's start with Aries, some of the birthday souls, and see what March has in store for you. Okay, Aries, happy March once again. And let's look at the cards here. Very interesting. You're being a little bit called out. We're gonna be really straight to the point, a bit blunt, maybe a little bit harsh, but that's okay. That's in your energy to be, anyways. I think some of you Aries have been feeling either really alone, really low, or hurt by someone. I feel like some of you are really feeling some disappointment or some hurt, kind of feeling alone, kind of feeling like someone hasn't stepped up to the plate. And honestly, understandably so. I'm not here to tell you that your hurt is invalid, your feelings are invalid, because they are. And honestly, the cards are saying they are too. It's like, yeah, someone didn't step up. Maybe you were sick and your partner didn't step up. Maybe you were hurting and a friend sort of brushed you off. Maybe you were excited about something and a family member told you to calm down. I don't know what it is, but you're feeling a little bit betrayed and a little bit hurt. And honestly, that's okay. But the cards do say you can't just sit around and do nothing about it. You can't just sit on it. It's festering, it's bringing your energy down, and that's not fair. Just because somebody didn't meet your expectations, just because somebody let you down, doesn't mean you need to feel bad all the time while they just go off and live their life. Now, this is not saying make them feel bad, but it is saying it's time to step up and say something and stand up for yourself. You have to have strength this month, Aries. You need to have strength to be an authoritative figure to say, hey, this hurt. Hey, I need you to do better. You need to stand up and demand better. You need to be the authority figure in this moment. And look, it's going to bring you so much more abundance. You feel like you weren't given abundance. You weren't given what you deserve. You weren't cared for the way that you would expect someone who loves you to care for you. But look, this actually comes when you stand up for yourself. They will understand. You don't always have to look around and be like, I created this for myself. I took care of myself. This is all me. No, you know what? This is great. And I love that for you. I love that you get to look around at so much of your life and be like, look what I did. I'm a hard worker. I'm a badass. But no, sometimes you need to ask for help. Sometimes you need to be cared for. And right now has been one of those times. You deserve to not always have that pressure on you. You don't always have to flow with your energy. You don't always have to be doing all the hard work. You're allowed to have someone pick up their end of the bargain, but also just pick up the slack. And when you do, you'll find it so much easier to flow with your energy again. So, you know what? This is saying place the judgment. It is not bad to judge. It is not always a bad thing to feel like you're judging someone for not doing enough, for not caring for you, for not living up to your expectations. People are like, don't judge, don't judge. Sometimes it's time to judge. And this is one of those times. Don't put that judgment of yourself of expecting too much. Place that judgment where it belongs. And now your card for the month is the frog. So let's see what that means. I do not have them all memorized, so I'm going to pull it up in the book here. This is about clearing, cleansing, and healing. The frog and the water element are almost inseparable. The frog spends its first months of life entirely within this healing element, and then emerges to rest on land. But no matter how earthly the frog becomes, its need for cleansing and rejuvenation is regular. Frogs tend to become overworked and undernourished, so it's vital that such sensitive creatures practice self care. This card serves as a reminder that water helps us cleanse, forgive, and release. Time to dive in. Frogs aren't meant to carry a heavy load. When in balance, clear energy and enthusiasm for life. When out of balance, you're going to feel depleted, running on empty. To bring into balance, tap into that water element. Baths, cleansing rituals, but also just asking for help and making sure you're drinking enough water this month, Aries. Big one. It's a big one for some of you. All right, have a great March. Make sure that you stay to the end of the reading. Hear all about the astrological transits. I'll have it tagged below. And also, if you're looking for your own one-to-one reading, my March bookings, maybe my April ones, are open. You can use the link down below to grab a personal reading. Okay, and now let's move on to Leos. Happy March, Leos. This is a month of reclaiming your power, reclaiming yourself, calling old parts back to you, and I'm excited for you. Let's just jump right in. Starting strong with the Hierophant. For some Leos, I could see a big life event unlocking from all of this. However, it's really going to rely on how you show up this month. You need to show up like an authority figure in your life. You're standing up for yourself. You are looking closely at things like your finances, like taxes, like your big life goals. You're having like admin days with work and business, but also just with your life where you're sitting down, you're like, I am budgeting. I am making a plan. It is time to be an authority figure again in your life and stop being in the passenger seat. I think that's been a lot of the past little while. You've had like flickers of this authoritative you come out, and then they go away and you sort of start flowing with life again. But it's like it's time to fully embody that part of you so you can set up the structure in which you flow in for the next year, for the next 5 years. This is not a time to surrender and see what comes. This is a time to take action. It's going to take strength. But you're all about strength, Leos. You are so much stronger than you give yourself credit for. You have that lion energy inside of you. This is literally the Leo card. So you know what? It is time that you step into your strength. You take a hard look at yourself and be like, we're getting it together. We're creating structure. We're creating a plan so that we can enjoy ourselves. Sometimes flowing too much with no plan, with no structure, leads to frayed edges, leads to confusion, ultimately becomes just stressful and anxiety inducing. So it's time to create a structure and goals and authority in order for you to flow and actually really enjoy your life. There's this other side of you. I feel this reclamation of two parts of you, the authority side and then the fun-loving inner child side. This is a month also for your inner child. And this doesn't mean working through those hard traumas. It doesn't mean working through like if you were loved enough. This is allowing your inner child out to play. It's being goofy, it's being spontaneous a little bit. You have two parts of these selves really complementing each other this month because we did pull the Six of Cups, which is the inner child card. So it's really asking you here to have time to delegate, to plan, and then allow yourself to fully play within it. Maybe it's planning for some play. And look, when you start to do this, when you reclaim these parts of yourself, you're in flow. You have the Empress, you have the Queen of Cups. I want you to be prioritizing your emotions and creativity. So this is sort of like creating structure, sitting down and being like, this is what I'm doing with my day, with my week, with my month, etc. And then being like, and now I get to play. Now I get to create, really making time for that. Because guess what? This is about putting your energy first. And sometimes your energy first looks like having fun, being goofy, playing with that inner child. And sometimes it looks like being a little harsh with yourself or setting really strong boundaries with others and being like, That's it. I'm in control of my own life. And really sitting down and being serious. And then look what happens. We have the Star, which is your energy coming first, feeling like your life is a movie. And we have the Knight of Cups. This is feeling in love with the flow of your life, feeling like your life is very emotionally fulfilling and easy and just loving it. It also puts you in the energy to call in soulmates, whether that is romance, friendships, or found family. It's people who make your life feel really good and fit in so easily. So we want to get into that energy. It's literally huge life steps, soulmates coming in, reclaiming yourself. Like, what better outcome is that? It's not going to be easy. We have the strength, and it's saying it's going to be a little bit of a push. You might not see some of these benefits come until even next month or 2 months, but this little last push will be so worth it. You don't want to be down the road looking back being like, I wish I did it earlier. Make it happen this month, Leo. This is your month for action. No more waiting, no more just flowing. Create the structure, take authority of your life again. The oracle card you got is the Fire Ant card. Now, I don't have them all memorized, so I am going to look it up in the book here. But the energy here is aggression, rigid thinking, following orders. Fire Ant energy flares up without us noticing. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those that counter them. Gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned Fire Ant energy is at play. You may also find yourself stewing on a person or situation, only making things worse. How can you break free of the drama and cool down? Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. When in balance, you're thoughtful and disciplined. In that Hierophant, that first authority card. When out of balance, you're going to argue. You'll feel excessive heat. You'll gossip. To bring into balance is discipline, solo time, planning, and walks at night, to cool down that energy. There's lots of fire in the air and you'll feel it, but sometimes we need some grounding, sometimes we need some water. So that is your reading for March. I hope you love it. If you want your own one-to-one reading, my link for bookings in March or maybe April, depending on how it's going, is down below. I hope you have a great month. And now let's move on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Sagittarius, Sagittarius. Happy March. I hope that you've had a good 2025 so far, because this is a big month for you. You are the 6th reading that I have done for the March readings, so we are halfway done, and you were the only one so far that has pulled a majority major arcana. This is big energy for you. A lot of people were so close to that big energy, but it's really coming in for you. If you're new here or you're not sure what that means, that's okay. Basically, a majority major arcana is rare. Major arcana are the cards like the Emperor, the Empress, the Devil, the Tower, those archetypal cards, and they actually only make up about 27-28% of the deck, depending on the deck that you're using. So when they come up as 50% or more of a reading, that is statistically unlikely. And it is your guides, it's the universe, it's whatever you believe in saying, hey, pay attention. There's some really big energy here. Lots of potential for change, for alignment with whatever you're calling in. So it's like, hey, listen to what this reading has to say, basically. This is an important month for you. So to kick it off, we have the Star, our first major arcana card of the reading, and it really sets the tone for your month. This is a month to be selfish, Sagittarius. It's a month that's all about you. Selfish is seen as like this dirty word, but when you're being selfish in a way that isn't to hurt people, but as a way to prioritize your energy and to make your life what you need it to be, what you want it to be, it's important. This is about your life feeling like a movie. It's about making life exciting again. It's about feeling that flow of life and filling up your cup before everything else. It's putting your needs on the front burner, and that is what you need to be doing this month. There's been a lot of things lately that have been really just feeling like they haven't been paying off. You have been putting your energy into things and you're like, you know what? This isn't really doing it for me. This isn't really paying off. But there's also been things that you're like, I'm thriving. This feels amazing. And so, really being aware of that, and we're starting to put boundaries around things that are not returning the energy. It's like, oh my gosh, even if you just put a little bit of energy in, but it's zero return, it's like, you know what? Not worth it right now. Not for me. You are in your, once again, selfish solo era. Like, it is about a personal journey, it is about your energy first. Because when you do that, so many opportunities. This is a month where some really big opportunities could come for you. I'm saying say yes to things, try things out. I'm not saying you have to cut everything out. Maybe just try and say yes to something. And then if you're like, you know what? This isn't working, that's when you close the door. But there's so many opportunities out there for you when you start prioritizing your energy and listening to what fills your cup. Doors will just fly open. It's basically like you're fighting for yourself. Before you're fighting for these other people, you're fighting for these other things. You're just like fighting towards this goal. And now you're starting to fight for yourself. And as soon as you start to do that, the universe starts to fight for you too. There's been a little bit of hopeless energy here, and it's saying, you know what? Wherever you've been feeling hopeless, some of this you're completely letting go, and some of it's getting turned up on its head with this brand new chapter that's coming in. We literally pulled the Fool, which is the first card in the Major Arcana. It's brand new energy, and it's saying that you are leaving that hopelessness, you are flowing into that new energy, you're getting creative this month, and you are taking action into something that feels so much more stable, so much more celebratory than it has been in the past. This is a month of celebration. This is a month of you and putting your energy first. And I'm so excited what happens when you start fighting for yourself and your energy, and this whole new chapter comes into play. Now, your oracle card, we did pull the Cobra. And I don't have them all memorized, so I am just going to pull it up in the book here. The Cobra is about the inner teacher. It's pausing, waiting. The Cobra represents a teacher or spiritual guardian. The Cobra hovers and watches, ever present, ever protecting, and ever loving. The essence of the Cobra is found deep within us, in the form of inner teaching, and manifests externally in those special guides who have led us along our path. What would it feel like to be a student again? What are you ready to learn? Remember the old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And it's so funny because this Hermit card here is about going on an inner journey, is all about going within. So maybe a way to fight for yourself is to start learning about something, put your energy towards something you've always wanted to do, always wanted to learn. When you're in balance this month, you're going to feel like you are learning so much and it feels so good. You're going to feel wise and you're going to feel good within yourself. When you're out of balance, you're going to feel like a know-it-all. You're going to feel like you're already at the top. Whereas like this is about learning. This is about learning how to improve your life, improve yourself, fill your own cup. To bring into balance, take a class or study something new. All right, Sagittarius, that's all I've got for you. I hope you have an amazing March. If you want your own personalized reading, there is a link down below to book in a one-to-one reading with me. My bookings for March are now open, or I don't know how it's gonna be going. Maybe you won't be able to get one till April. I filmed these early. So go grab a reading below if you really resonated with this and you want one just for you. But that's all I've got for you, fire signs. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, I hope you have the best March. Now let's look at some astrological transits that are important for you. So on the 14th of March, we are entering eclipse season, and eclipse season is like a little transformation portal, whether you like it or not. I have had the biggest manifestations come through during an eclipse season, and I've also had my life shatter and change during an eclipse season. I filled my one-to-one spiritual coaching spots one time, and last year this time I got the news of getting deported on the final day of eclipse season. So it's really important to use to manifest, especially for anyone going through self-transformation, anyone who is ready to step in one side of the eclipse season and come out totally different. If you got that this is a time for action, for prioritizing for yourself and going on a personal journey of transformation, this is the time for you. So this starts on March 14th and lasts for 2 weeks. If you want a little bit of extra help, I am going to be doing a mini eclipse challenge where you get sent resources, journal prompts, stuff like that every day of the eclipse. It's just something small and it will be emailed to you every single morning. I'm not sure how much it is right now. I can't remember what I put down because it is so far in the future for me filming this right now, but it's under $20 and I think it'll just be so much fun to see how much you can change through the eclipse season. So if that sounds like you and it came up in your reading, I'll put that link below for the waitlist or for you to grab your ticket. On February 3rd, and this is going to last for a while, Mercury enters Aries. Now, this is great for anyone who got creativity, creation, anything to do with the mind and taking a class or learning something new. This is going to be really, really powerful because Mercury is our planet of the mind, of socialization, of communication, and is entering Aries, entering that sign of inspiration, of creation, of ideas, of innovation. So this will be the best time to act on that. On March 30th, anyone who is really reclaiming parts of themselves or stepping into a new chapter of them, this is when the moon is in Taurus, and it's going to be very powerful to ground into yourself, your identity, and your morals. So everything that you have taken over the month and changed over the month, this is the time to intentionally ground into them. So taking time to be like, I'm doing those routines. I'm taking extra time today to be that person I'm trying to solidify on the 30th and the 31st is going to be super, super powerful. And those are all the astrological transits I have for you this month, fire signs. I hope you have an amazing March. Reminder that you can book a one-to-one reading down in the description below. But I will see you next month. Let me know if this reading resonated for you. And I'll see you next time. All right, bye. Stay magical.